A live look between the hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the Oklahoma Sooners and the Georgia Bulldogs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
I caught up with Oklahoma's head coach before the game. This is a developing storyline. Early in the season, they took a risk starting a young freshman quarterback, but he has continued to shine and get better each and every week. Now, late in the season, a chance for the college football playoff is on the line. His team is playing with great energy and enthusiasm, but they have got to continue to take care of the ball and focus and perform every single game. We'll see how he's able to get off to a quick start here in the first quarter. I'll keep you posted from the sidelines. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. How much fun is it to have a top 5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these 2 top 5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason polls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet. Now, today is a resume builder.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the Oak. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to run for it. Got a little grass. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
And that is such great execution by this offense. 3rd down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the first down, you chew up a bunch more yards too. Nice execution by this offense.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to throw, it's Bentley. Got his man in the middle. There he goes. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Makes the grab on the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be tackled.
Touchdown, Oklahoma! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk. And strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
He'll start the return inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. That is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides to the back. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
On the ground, going for the 1st down with the give to the tight end. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down.
And obviously it's still early in this football game, but after giving up a touchdown on the first drive and then coming out, the worst thing you can do as an offense is go 3 and out and put your defense right back on the field. So that was a big 3rd down to kind of settle them down and give them some more opportunities.
And the Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff, Frazier running left. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Handoff for Frazier. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. Runs through a tackle. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
The offense changing the play. Running inside. It's Frazier. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Georgia going up tempo.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Got the back over the middle. Pass to 45. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Touchdown, Bulldog! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. That carry puts him over 2,500 yards for his career.
And it's been really fun to watch this guy's development in college football. He's gotten bigger, stronger, and faster, and every game he just seems to get a little bit better. That's a pretty nice milestone to hit.
The nice milestone, nice consistency, nice durability. It takes you being healthy, and this guy's really done a good job throughout his career being that lead guy and putting up numbers.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Looking to pass, it's Bentley. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
He'll field the punt and look for room. Makes a move. Bulldozes his way through. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On the move, it's Phillips. On the move is the 30. Oh, he's got some space.
not surprised. That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, one touch, one touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. They didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that run.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. As we get a look at the stats, they are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we're running. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make...
Could be an alley. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and you never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that if they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Right back to it. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Runs through the tackle. Breaks into the open. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
On the run, deep down the right side. And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds.
And those are tough passes when you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines. It's a longer throw for the quarterback to make, and I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Pulls it in. It's Austin. Got enough space. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he made the extra point without problem. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was finished off by a terrific 26-yard touchdown run. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little... Turning it on! Picks up the first down. He's inside the 40.
not to continue to feed this guy the rock. He just makes big plays. Last week you saw it, over 100 yards, making big plays already in this football game. He is a big play waiting.
Might have a chance. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldog! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Bringing it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They believe they can run right here. Got enough for the first. Still on his feet at the 45. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Looking for more room. At the 30. He's at the 10. They finally get him down with a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
And this defense comes up with a big play, and not just the break on the ball, the catch, nice hands in the INT, but taking it almost all the way back for a touchdown, and this offense licking their chops on the 1-yard line, ready to punch this in.
And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The Dogs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. I just can't imagine any excuse for taking that penalty. A delay of game, at least it's still 1st and goal. Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. The Bulldogs moving quickly to the line. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Give him 3 touchdowns in this game, and now up to 8 on the season. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And he's going to bring it out. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To throw, it's Bentley. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, this is an unbelievable remarkable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PB in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
Maybe a crease. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Almost made the house call, but not only is he going to have the big gain, I think they're going to take it half the distance for the face mask. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Running it to the right. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown Sooners.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. And with that last carry, into triple digits, over 100 yards for the day.
And he's showing you power. He's showing you speed. He's showing you make you miss. He really is showing you he's a complete back. And by the way,
there's a crease. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Running the red zone, it's Phillips.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Georgia comes quickly to the line. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Oh, it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Inside the 50. The 30. The 20.
And that is a massive momentum-shifting play that completely flips the field. Offense is in the red zone. Bad decision, poor throw. It gets picked off. And how about the return all the way back to the opponent's red zone? That was incredible.
Absolutely perfect. Hold on just a second, guys. Flag on the play. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We begin with Buffalo taking on the Bowling Green Falcons.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
And it's the Bulls with a statement victory here and a surprising result Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And did this group ever need that? The first win on the year, they're now 1-4. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Out of the backfield, he's open. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30.
And to say he has trust in his running back catching the football is an understatement. I mean, there was 2 guys on him. Like, he was absolutely covered, but he still makes the play. And he does that a lot, man. He's just a...
Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for.
Well, he was rolling to his right, and because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. So the turnover sets up their first drive of this second half, and they'll have an opportunity to take the lead. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the running back. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a 1st down.
A lot of times on 2nd down, you're thinking pass, especially 2nd, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the 1st down really easy.
Right back to the well. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. And the Sooners are in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him. And then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by that young man.
It's a fumble. And he was able to get back on top of his own fumble. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on 4th down. They didn't quite get organized in time. They'll call a timeout with just 3 seconds remaining on the play clock. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The Sooners will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And I think the defense kind of understood what was coming. Back-to-back possessions where this offense threw interceptions. Like, they're going to want to get the run game going, and they were ready for it. Great job fitting the gaps and making good, solid tackles.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Frazier again. Maybe some room here. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Phillips. There he goes. The 20, 10. Touchdown, Dogs. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. They're up 35-24.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. What a brain cramp. He just lost track of the play clock and gets hit with delay of game on a 2-point conversion attempt. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. They're up 35-24. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on a 61-yard touchdown run. He leaves it with his back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Trying to impose their will with the run. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Bentley. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Sooners line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the 1st down and get the sticks moving.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Off play action. Now improvising. He'll pull it down. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Making side adjustments here. Frazier again. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Georgia sends out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. And they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Scanning the field, it's Bentley. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, coming out in the second half, they knew they needed to throw the ball to have success, and they have not yet found a completion here in the third quarter. This quarterback has got to be able to find a way to get himself back in rhythm.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
They'll keep it on the ground. There's a little room there. Smashes ahead. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
And these big plays are created first and foremost by the hog mollies up front. The guys who never get credit, the big boys, the big nasties, the big uglies, they put their hand in the dirt, they go after those defensive linemen, create some holes where the runners can make plays, can get in space, can make these huge chunks.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. There'll be no gain on the play.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front, establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Fouls through the defense. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Yeah, and you see in the red zone, all the bodies start to come inside. And a lot of times you try to find a way to get to the perimeter. This offense does a good job. They toss the football. Nice job by the defense. Now forcing a third down.
Just feeds the running back. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
The give. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for 2 does not work out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. At the 35, he's loose. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And the defense is going to have more plays like this. He has had a ball game so far, running wild all day long. Defense finally comes up with a stop, maybe get a little momentum here.
Over 100 yards already in this game, so if I'm on defense here, I'm adding more guys to the box, anticipating that they're going to continue to give this guy touches today.
Quarterback making checks. To the air on second down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Slides past the sticks, and he converts on second and long. Great awareness on the scramble.
How about that critical moment in the fourth quarter? He hasn't really had a lot of success on the ground, but you put the ball in his hands. It's a pass play. You want to throw it, but he makes a very good decision. He tucks it. He gets the first down. That's a big-time play in the fourth quarter by this quarterback.
Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here?
There's some room. Rams him with the stiff arm. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
Now on first and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. They'll run with Nate Frazier. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
And the offense trying now to put this thing away. They're going to keep running the football to keep bleeding the clock. They've got the lead here late, now down by the goal line. Just take as many seconds off the clock as you can before snapping this football and keep running it.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They'll try to run it with Frazier. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
And this has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
They'll run it here on third and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have it going over the top. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
And sometimes the quarterback grabs the football so quick and tries to get out of his hand, rushes it a little bit on these quick throws. Sometimes they don't even grab the laces, and you could tell he just grabbed it, threw it a little bit too quick, and missed behind the wide receiver.
Looking to throw, it's Bentley. Unloads to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to fourth.
Defense has the lead in the second half. Expect to see a lot of zone coverage. It's going to be tight. It's going to be hard to fit these footballs in, especially when you're throwing in the middle of the field like they were right there as the ball falls incomplete.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. At the 40, there he goes. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And, man, you see it so many times, man. These crossing routes, like, it doesn't matter if it's zone or if it's man. Like, zone, you find the hole. Man, you run away from guys. And if you put the ball on the money, just like the QB did right there, that's what happens. The yards after the catch, man. You can keep going. Guys are so spread out, and you can make big plays on this offense.
And the Sooners have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Gonna look downfield again. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are, it's late, everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Makes the grab. Stopped right at the 42-yard line as this defense forces a fourth down.
And this is not decision time. This offense, it's green light the rest of the game. Down multiple possessions, got to go for it on fourth down. Probably had that in mind. It's a little shorter fourth down, but this offense has got to stay fast-paced and got to make some explosive plays.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
What a great play by the linebacker. Do you talk about filling a hole? Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's going to let it go. Goes high to pull it in. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Under fire. Breaks loose. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Stepping to the right. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. And the Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short.
Here we go, ready.
They'll try to power their way ahead. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And they get the icing on the cake, and that might make for some long memories after this one.